Hi, this is Adam Swiderski with CBR, and I'm here at New York Comic Con 2022 with the cast of CBS's Ghosts.
We're back. Woo! Yes.
Season 2 just premiered this week.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
No, but how's it been having this out in the world and having people see the new season so far?
Well, we're doing really well. The early numbers are really positive, and I think there was a little bit of nervousness that season 2 might fall off a little bit, but it hasn't. We've only gotten stronger, and our night with young Sheldon and So Help Me Todd is really doing well. So we're stoked. First week is down. Second week's coming up, I think tonight, right?
Tonight.
So
It's a really great episode. It's called Alberta's Podcast.
Yes. So we get a little flashback into the 1920s with our girl in the jazz club. Yeah. So it's
And the
really,
mystery behind the
yes.
character's death, right?
Yeah, if she was murdered or not. It's the biggest whodunit since Trevor's pants.
So sorry you have to follow a pair of pants.
But so this season introduces kind of the new chaos element of new guests, right, coming into the to the B&B. How does that? Your cast has such a great chemistry in season 1. How does throwing that new element into things shake things up?
I think it's just better. Look, a lot of fans were rightfully upset last season that all the ghosts weren't in every episode. Well, this season, all the ghosts are in every episode. So they're all firing off each other on all cylinders. And when you add the amazing guest stars that we get to have on almost a weekly basis, it's just like the rhythm, the joke for joke power that we have going on this season. It's where we've hit our stride.
Yeah, it really feels like we're adding more and more texture to the show the more episodes we make. And season 1 felt very much like who are all of the ghosts individually and who are they to Sam and Jay. And season 2 feels very much like who are we to each other and really developing relationships to each other.
Exactly. Everyone loves all those big group scenes, and we do play them so well together, like music. But season 2, we break off into lots of unlikely bedfellow pairings. Like Sheila and I have a wonderful storyline tonight's episode as well. So there have been lots of friendships of ghosts that you wouldn't necessarily think would have a whole lot to say to one another, and it turns out they really do.
For those, I'm sorry, please.
No, it's also fun because this show can do some things that I don't think a lot of other shows can do, which is we have this like 1,000-year history on this plot of land, and so there's a lot of information that these ghosts have about each other that is slowly revealed over time, and these different dynamics come up in surprising ways.
Mm-hmm. For those who do play the ghosts, you get to play both the characters in the modern time and then, and in the flashbacks, right, to your lives before you were dead. How does your approach differ when it comes to those two different scenes?
Well, we can hold props
Yes.
in our flashbacks,
That's
so that's
true.
nice.
And we get to wear different costumes sometimes,
Yes.
which is exciting. And also, at least for me, for playing Sasapis, there's a little bit of that in an episode coming up where we dive into a backstory a little bit, and I get to play someone who hasn't been dead for 500 years. So who was he before, this whole timeline? And so you get to see a little different side of Sass.
The flashbacks are always, I don't know that they're harder, but they take a lot more work because we have each other to rely on in our current dead circumstances. And this dynamic, and suddenly I know having to shoot Trevor's pants and figure out what was that group dynamic like, and trying to figure out, TV we move fast, so trying to figure it out like in a day, what for him would have defined his life. So, yeah.
I think if I ever did a flashback where Flower was not on drugs, that would be wildly different for me. But otherwise, it feels very much the same.
Yeah, I think I got some context clues into Alberta because my first question when I booked the series was, how does Black Lady end up in this house? Like, what's going on here? And I think we see her as such a braggadocious, delicious diva all throughout season 1. But in this flashback episode, we do get to pull back and see the vulnerability of her as well, too. And being on that stage, I hadn't been on stage since 2016, but hearing the applause, I was like, oh, this is what this woman lives for. It's this. So I love being able to get these little context clues into these characters as well.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I wanted to get one question in for Utkarsh about Avatar.
Oh, sure.
The
Yeah.
live action show. Your casting was recently announced. Can you talk a little bit about working on that project?
Yeah, it was incredible. These guys all saw the diet regimen I had to go through and the workout routine. I went from having many, many cakes every day to being...
You used to fit this sweater perfectly.
It was like six hours in a chair transforming into King Boomy, and I think people are really going to be pleased when they see the series. It's done super well. Everybody who's part of the show loves it. They're going to do it justice. I'm not trying to diss my own people, but M. Night, I got your back. I ride or die for you, but we're doing something different with this one. That's the most diplomatic way I can say it. And I'm really excited for people to see the action.
But what did you like better working on, that or Ghosts?
Avatar, definitely. It was awesome. They treat you well.
Oh.
Look, they're both great. It's really good. Free guy.
Good answer.
All right. New episodes of CBS's Ghosts air, I have this written down, Thursdays at 8:30, 7:30 Central. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Check out Ghosts on CBS and check out more content from New York Comic Con 2022 on CBR.com.
CBR.
CBR.
God bless you.
CBR you later.